Could it be a situation where our squad depth will end up being a problem to Maresca or to Chelsea as a football club? Now, I'm not only talking about the amount of players that we have. Obviously, in the Premier League, you're only allowed to register 25 players. And I think in our books, we do have about 25 players. Now, welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope everybody's doing okay. We're going to talk about the UEFA Conference League game that is coming. So we're basically doing a preview. Chelsea versus Gent, if that's how you pronounce it. But yeah, we're going to first obviously react to the press conference. Maresca just had a press conference just now. If you haven't watched it, we're going to go through, the most important thing within the press conference. And then we can obviously give our prediction and obviously some of the predicted lineup that we might think he's going to go with. But let's finish this conversation because I was looking into our depth. Obviously, I think we have the biggest, if not Man City, or if not second to Man City, by the way, in terms of having quality on the bench, right? I look at teams like Man United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Newcastle, Aston Villa. I think we have a better depth, in terms of quality on the bench. Because imagine this, right? You're bringing players like João Felix, Christopher Nkunku, Pedro Neto. We're also bringing Renato Veiga. Some of you might not actually know or realize how good this guy is, but he is really, really good. And a player that can play in different positions as well is needed in the Premier League, So you're looking at all those kind of players coming off the bench. And I haven't even mentioned the likes of Mudryk and who else? Even our goalkeeper, Jensen as well. So you're looking at our depth, you're thinking, we might just be maybe second to Man City in terms of having that quality. Now, these players, some of them were brought to Chelsea to be like the main guys. You look at Christopher Nkunku. You don't buy Christopher Nkunku. You don't buy Pedro Neto as a squad player. You buy these players to be in the first 11 because even the clubs that they used to play with, they were balling there, and they have so much quality that they just have to start. Now, the problem is, in each and every position that we have, it's not a problem or it can be a problem. Now, we have, I would say, 2-3 players in each and every position. And these players, I'm not just talking, I don't know, back in the day when we used to have a player with no doubt that they should never start, except if there is any injuries. You having players that could actually start. Chelsea can have 2.5 teams of starters. And I'm saying this not just because these are my players. I'm talking 60 million pound euros players, 80 million pound euros players. Obviously, you still have the Jadon Sanchos, maybe not as expensive as the other ones, but still good quality. Now, personally, I think if the team is winning and there is happiness within the club, I don't think this can be as toxic as people might make it seem to be. I think we all, or not all, but some of us, like me, I've played the ball, I've played the game, and if a player, or like a good player recognizes another good player. So let's say, for example, Christopher Nkunku is coming on as a substitute and he can see that Jackson is scoring goals. There's not going to be issues there. The only issue that can be there is to want to leave the club. And again, the contract that they're on, and they obviously, how many teams in the Premier League would want to buy them. Now, I'm not saying that they're stuck at Chelsea, but I'm saying if a team is winning, the toxicity can be a little bit less than if a team is winning. But then again, if the team is losing, you might actually have another chance to rotate your players. Now, from what we've been seeing, I think not many players have been playing full 90 minutes. We've been changing about 5-6 subs, 4-5 subs in the second half in every game. We saw Mudryk came on, Pedro Neto came on, João Felix unfortunately didn't come off the last game, but he's been coming on. But still, you still got players like Jules Bihol that never actually made it to the lineup. So, how long can this continue, until the players are like, okay, I need to go to a club that I can actually play in week in, week out? How long? Now, I don't know, I can't tell you. But what I know when it comes to football, you can never have a season or a full season with no injuries in the most important positions. You're always going to have injuries. Now, personally, I wouldn't want to have injuries in my team because I would like to keep my players fit. But that's not the reality. The reality is you're going to have injuries along the way. You're going to have sicknesses, illnesses. So, and besides that, you're going to have more games. Now, the reason why I'm not so much focused on these players being played in the conference leagues or the Carabao Cups and is because every player wants to play in the Premier League, right? Now, you're going to have a time where you have to rest players. Players going to get injured. This will come, and that's just the reality of football. So having a squad like we do, I don't think it end up being the most toxic environment ever, because like I said, if you're gonna have injuries, you have enough depth to sort of bring these quality players into the game. So I don't think it's gonna be a problem, at least not for now. And also the fact that Maresca has actually been clear. And I'm pretty sure these players like the Pedro Netos, João Felix, they knew what they were going, even Jadon Sancho, they knew what kind of environment and what kind of players the team, had at the time when they were coming. So I don't think it will end up being so much of a toxic environment, because these are, as much as they might not be as grown-ups like that, they're also not stupid. Or they're mature enough to know that, look, I'm going into a team where this player plays in my position, and this player is good enough to even start the game, so they know. Even the likes of Christopher Nkunku, they're also a bit of injury prone, so we're not going to play them 90 minutes every time. So if they can get about 40 minutes, 30 minutes, I think for them, they'll be happy, as much as they are coming in and actually changing the game. So I don't think that's going to be a problem. Now, he spoke about, obviously, the players in terms of fitness. The only player that is injured at the moment is Reece James. And Reece James, he's been injured. We're used to that now. Apart from the players like Cole Palmer, Lavia, Fofana that are being rested for the Conference League, every other player is fit to play. And he also spoke about if he had regrets about not putting Ben Chilwell in the squad. And he said no, because that's just who he is. I don't know. Maybe it's because he just don't want to make, to seem stupid. But again, we were planning to sell Ben Chilwell, so I don't think he actually does have a regret. So yeah, man, in terms of the lineup, I'm looking into the lineup that we played against Barrow to actually came into this game and start the game. And we're looking at the likes of Cesar Casadei, we're looking at Jorgensen as a goalkeeper, we're looking at Sasi Badiashile, we're looking into Pedro Neto. I don't know about the right back situation. I don't think we're going to see Gusto, because again, you kind of have to rest him for the upcoming games. Up front, I'm hoping to see Christopher Nkunku, João Felix in as well, maybe Modric on the left-hand side. Our midfield, I'm hoping to see Enzo Fernandez, because I think with Enzo, give him as many games as you can to sort of bring him back to the Enzo that we know. Dewsbury Hall as well. So I'm thinking our midfield is going to be Dewsbury Hall, Enzo, and maybe Casadei. Maybe later on you can bring the likes of Kani Chukwuemeka and them. But yeah, man, there isn't much to talk about the opposition team, because I don't know about it. If anyone knows about this team, feel free to put it in the comment section. But I'm not gonna waffling about the team that I haven't seen playing. So, but I'm expecting a team to win, because again, it's a Conference League and we're playing at home, our ground we used to with our stadium. So I'm hoping. I want us to win. There's no two ways about it. I want us to win, because if I'm looking at all the cup competition that we're in, I think the Conference League is probably the easiest we can win. And I think it'll boost our morality as a team, and morale, in terms of just giving a season where if we can win a trophy, whether it's a Conference League or Carabao Cup, whatever it is, FA Cup, but any trophy that we can win, and then maybe end up trying to finish in the top 4. Maybe that would be a great season for us, because last season we finished, obviously 6th, I think. So yeah, man, I just in terms of prediction, I'll go 3-1, because again, we have Sanchez in goal. It's Jorgensen actually. I'm gonna go 3-1 just because obviously our defense, I'm thinking it's gonna be Badiashile and Disasi, and we all know they will definitely concede a goal. But yeah, man, that's just the preview that I wanted to do. Nothing much to really say, because again, it's a conference league, and we're not gonna really take this serious, even our press conference. And the reason why we haven't really dive into the press conference, because they say some stupid shit all the time. So yeah, man, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so, guys. And I appreciate you lot who have been subscribing in the past couple of days. We've gained about 20 subs, and that's an achievement, bro. And I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on the next video, which will be a preview on Friday morning if you live in Australia. If anything else, it's gonna be, I think, on Thursday evening. Yeah, man, I'll see you then. Up the Chels all the time.